Because I don't know. That's AFCON we are Casano. Many soft out to be among Nigerians, and I don't know.
Okay,
right from day one, I'm sure Martin. That's a man.
Social media for me to be able to platform so. My office said me they become production. We do another project. Na ye di mu nkomo kaka. Rich. My enkel totoni am ko yenim. I don't know about you, but Rich, I feel so proud. Santo Semenyo Ghanaian. And so feeling or the mammy no. And I be some who say more a lot of country players, big clubs no more performing. No. Is that how they feel anytime they watch their national team players? And they wait me a can no. I watch Semenyo now, especially when they keep saying, "Oh, Ghanaian." Let me tell me, say yes, that is one of our own. And I am in the say, they are now all year born motor, not recognizing. He needed a bigger platform. He has gotten that bigger platform and he's still delivering. And in the dinner, na year bar, na year bo. Me kind of power, me share prep interview bina. Media man ibusa say. Onim set Semenyo sign in chair on shutdown for an infra training and no more be. So in this short time, I didn't win na branch now fitting to team. No, Pop answer and say, "Oh, so are you a winger?" And Oba, yes, he didn't ball right back. He didn't ball as a winger. So he knows what to do as a winger. And no man gets in keke. Any videos, any pictures be, and the action how we go about your things, and the guy settled in very, very well. And also step by step, or did you say even there will be more coming out of Abrantia, your friend Antoine Semenyo. Rich, it is not easy to make a move to a bigger club. The pressure, the bar, and it's no man. And to play only 2 games, score 3 and give 1 assist, and win both games in the man of the match. And this game happened at the St. James Park. The intensity, atmosphere, any day, because at the time small club. But what about St. James against Newcastle? That was a big one for Abantia, your friend Antoine Semenyo. So we will continue to wish him well. Now he didn't play ball at Tanachi, but he makes me feel very, very proud as a Ghanaian. Semenyo, any baby or baby do now. Now it's linked with Semenyo, any new profile as a player, any blasters, and say anybody AFCON Komono. The picture I was talking about. Minister social media for Moon project na yemfenu komo Rich, anyone a chance on this graphic? It is on WhatsApp or shall be Komona Yidino. Rich, can you believe say? Out of all the teams that a qualifier called AFCON, let me pick my phone. Rich, out of all the teams that call AFCON, only 4 countries and all players are register for the AFCON. Botswana, South Africa, Egypt, and Zambia. Omopena players omo de call AFCON na. They were born Mukrum. Rich. Omo makani na. There are some of the players who were born outside the country that they were representing. Comoros, 96%. Reach 96% of players are Omusia Kaima Comoros national team at this AFCON were born outside the country. DR Congo 79%. Equatorial Guinea 68, Algeria 57, Morocco 43, Tunisia 43, Senegal ɛwɔ 43, Cameroon ɛwɔ 36, Mali 29, Angola 29, Gabon 29, Ivory Coast 25, Nigeria 18, Benin 18, Zimbabwe 14, Uganda 14, Mozambique 14, Tanzania 7, Burkina Faso 7, and Sudan 2. Now, Rich, what does this say? And what, and as our graphic way, communicated to you, say, it means, look, and my name trivialize it when we are discussing national team call-up. Na yem for the say, and I say your team's like a bugger for uncle, and I went home more manone, ne a conform so messia kind and for a man. Rich, probably that is the current trend of African football. Nations are omoya dear empono Rich are chasing their foreign born players, and they do not care whether their facility any or more minor culture and yet involved in the development of the player. Once the player have an identity that can be traced to the country, no they will make sure say at least they will put forward a request say banabo more minor.
Well, for example, Egypt. For Egypt, no one can do that. And the other national team, no, yeah, friend players and local league, no, and players is so common thing.
Yes,
there will be so common thing.
Yes,
and we now for foreign food be.
She country be say Morocco. We Morocco percentage now. It is striking.
Yeah.
Algeria, even look at Nigeria. Country be say Angola, Senegal, Cameroon. Ayala, I want us to raise these for educational purposes. Say that should be every partner in this platform. Utie radio bi, TV bi, they are discussing football in connection with Ghana Blasters, any FA. Look, certain mindset of your national team, no, you're from Wahana, Boga for no, probably it means you are not so conversant with the trend. And you are not so conversant with it. And so when say more on the air corner, you open your mind and you see those kind of trend in that air costume.
But argument on me say to Groma, say your league near one of the best. So if our league is one of the best, say your friend players for our national team, your league, you know, should get players almost free in league in Mukakubu.
Nobody has said the Ghanaian correct.
It is maybe a call out baby. Now your league now AFU say you're one of the best, no. Players in Freeman Koboy and national team Libya. It means that's awesome now. Maybe any which we are not even talking about league. Okay.
We are talking about players that were born on foreign lands.
Okay.
And you players on foreign land. Say Kudus will not be part of this argument, even though he plays at Tottenham. But Senegal will be, because he was born in the UK. Those are the players that we are talking about. Daniel Kofi Chiramo, Hans Adu Sape, Otu Ado. We are talking about players. They were not born in Ghana. They were born outside. They developed into professional footballers. But we say, I don't say we. Like Jiku, ya won Ghana, ya won Jiku of France. You get me?
Yes, sir. Nkofono. They don't feel Ghanaian.
Enye no kre.
Ya won ha.
Enye no kre.
You know your culture ni enema be do onim.
So
said yes ye enema no onim.
That is the reason why me say we've had tintin arguments on that. But today we are being exposed to the numbers. To say out of the African countries a qualifier aboard this AFCON, only 4. And 100% of our players from the choir born on the soil of our country. The reasoning now have a certain percentage, even with some close to 98% of the players born outside the jurisdiction of our country. So Ujitu say that is where the reasoning qua. So and you will not have some stringent argument say you and accept that trend in it is bad. And then we are because I say Mr. Rich, football a universal sport. Say a no more question and no more. Now we are why you say what the tin treat you lose out of the competition. It does and you be awesome. Obviously, you say and go for set piece coaches who feel me.
And it's about boom that way.
If you decide not to, and you will be awesome, but the fact of the matter is say those who will play against will use it against you. Because for say yes, but some of them are not committed to the team. Someone like Prince Boateng, Kevin. You see,
Kevin, you know.
Maybe I make say examples. Me say Kevin Prince Boateng. I do what saying.
They no committed.
Said there are stories of him being selective with matches any other. But Rich, how many players are you monone? And Mobisi Akayo ama Blasters, you know.
Committed.
And is Kevin Prince Boateng on the majority or the minority? And so why do you do selective examples just to suit your mindset and not the majority? Okay, if you mention Kevin Prince Boateng, catch also, what about Alexander Jiku? What about Daniel Kofiche? What about Antoine Semenyo?
Yeah, what about Jordan Munina?
Yes. What about those players too? Why don't you do example with the majority? Because to every there are exceptions. Maybe I could be you may get some few examples here and your man could. But what about the majority? No, it's rich.
Sure.
One day we will come back to it and we will bring it back. But this was just for educational purposes. Who and then 2 teams being able to find out on Sunday. That is what we are going to find out. When you Kasatin team, yeah, you have 2 games. When why we take it? Now Sunday, Omaka said me, but booking to take it and I will play in the finals of AFCON 2025. 2 games. The 4 countries now, Senegal, Morocco, Nigeria, Egypt. Senegal will date against Egypt 4 p.m. Ghana time. Then anywhere 7, there is Nigeria against Morocco. Now, Rich, Senegal against Egypt. What a match! When you say this same game was the finals of the AFCON. The year that Senegal won, I think in 2021. So much we was played as the finals of the AFCON. Now, Rich, we are talking about 2 teams. Part to the finals, I was AFCON way. I was very, very distinct stories. Story about American Wasem. Over Senegal, Rich. Senegals are in the final because you ever started tournament, you know. Now open African countries are more form. Senegal was one of them. They had quality team, consistent team, quality players, and more form. And to obey to so Senegal bayadi and true to their words, they've done war. But Rich, you can't say same for Egypt. Egypt ever this tournament, you know. Rich, they were not one of the big boys when it comes to teams of more form on the continent. But you know, I can say it is Egypt. It is the most successful country AFCON. No? And Anya Shekrano, they have character and game changers in their team. Trezeguet, Marmoush, then the biggest boy, Mo Salah. And Mesramo, AFCON, even though Egypt, you will not take them as one of your favorites. Only form the Breno, you can never underrate them. So we are talking about form, current form, and we are talking about pedigree. That is what you are going to watch and then you for Senegal, any team your friend Egypt. Good has been the Senegalese team. And then you may and see a from Senegal camp and say, yeah, Nicolas Jackson, are trashing issues with Pap Thiaw, coach of Senegal. Wapacho, coaching is no problem. Media chow. He starts as the center forward for the Senegalese team. Along him will be Sadio Mane and Ndiaye in attack. Then that midfield now, I hear all the wonders for Senegal, marshaled and controlled by Idrissa Gana Gueye, Pape Gueye, and Abanti friend Diarra. Then the back four of Diop, Diatta as lateral defenders, and Koulibaly the captain, and the Akate, and Benjamin Mendy, and that Omupo Sinim. Edward Mendy, sorry. Now, Rich, this 4-3-3 against this 4-3-3 of Egypt. Now, Makase, sa Egypt team Rich, Ocean Dia. I don't think Trezeguet will start that game with. It's still going to be Enam Ashore. That Ali, offensive midfielder, no, behind Omar Marmoush and Mo Salah. And then, Mr. Sebi say Kim. All that I'll be looking at I don't see a friend Idrissa Gana Gueye. Which and only one duty defensively to stop that guy. Send the bear. It is for you to pinche game now. All that they are looking for is that guy in space. So side I show on your ball now opportunity now our time to put in some person now. Which one way away? And Senegal is expected to dominate. They are expected to carry the game to Egypt or more form. But one duty they must do, keep Salah and Marmoush in check. And make sure, say, and I'm assured, in your space to find them frequently. Because if I knew media, then there will be problem. Number two, what kind of second goal now? Egypt, any share, Ivory Coast, no. Sa kona na, Mo Salah etu ya, Rabia. So Koulibaly and Niakate must watch Egypt almost set pieces so that they will not be surprised by Eno. Look, yes, we know we are watching now. Senegal have the Ivorian defeat to watch and say, look, even Yakusa game, the Ivorians were better than the Egyptians. But Omucho were no more from 2-0. And they were chasing the game. This is Egypt. They are very, very experienced at this level. And see, you strength, dealing with the we believe that overall you are a better team than them and we will beat them. Now, Rich, Senegal is stretching Senegal. Because apart from this squad, your tactical body, see, Rich, they have a better bench. This team is without Sao. It's Malasani team, Lamin Kamara Nihau. And see, if they decide to bring in even players from the bench, which Papa Sa Nihau, that Tottenham midfield only ha. Abanti Feno 6. Our boy in experience La Liga only ha. if they really have quality on the bench, so game ministers they decide say change I think say quality bench everything I make the difference for team your friend is Senegal. It's the first prediction and he said I tip Senegal say qualify ahead of Egypt.
Time into the akano yamboso keke na
which say obedient message by say at the start of the AFCON maker said for me the best two teams are Senegal and Morocco. And the chart not one. Yes, and chart not two. But the Nigeria have your AFCON win. Emma, even though within yourself you have kept Morocco so be qualify final now, which when you better tell. Nigeria have been very, very solid at this tournament. And Nhyira Iwobi, listen to what he said. I say, for me, I feel like the difference at this AFCON is the family environment. There is unity. The coach has brought that out in the team. And so, Eric say, Algeria was a big test. Morocco will be a bigger test. Every game is a big test. We work as a family. We suffer together and win together. It's going to be very, very tough. Now, Makase, only Nigeria is idea beating teams over awareness of Victor Osimhen. And they end up being punished by Lukman and Iwobi. This Moroccan team must watch it. So what I can say, o concentration na Osimhen ni movement on o shego cinema on the be pass be o from no enti no because all that Nigeria will do will finish up with him. Which Ubetu ni na Lukman Iwobi and I'm mentioning Iwobi because which in this team last time I was trying to explain, indeed the Eni Onyeka, that's all the dirty works in the midfield for Nigeria. It will be able so much peace of mind to always look for an attacking instant pass. And Wayesa are getting very, very well at this tournament. But Rich, can Nigeria prevent this Moroccan team from not scoring? Because this AFCON Obiabo Nigeria baso, but at the back weakness they've not been able to keep clean sheets. Except the game against Algeria. Okay. And Nigeria for the yard here. But which they leak goals. And so only keep goals are Rich, this is the host nation. They have the crowd, they have the beer, and they really have quality players. This is one match I wish Kebumo game not two teams in there qualify. But Eddie Abakupe and Ebeko.
Do you come on?
I will go for Morocco.
Morocco, okay.
I will go for Morocco. For me, Rich, per minute prediction there. We will put Morocco here. We will put Senegal here. And so when we look at final, I think say follow AFCON story now. I can say this AFCON has been the AFCON for the best teams, and the big boys. And for me, even before the tournament started, the two biggest boys on the continent is here per current form, Senegal and Morocco. And so I'm going final, and that will be the prediction for the final. Let's make sure we could need that. It's just a round through of it. Mr. Mamo Shayin, Insha TV, YouTube, you can see the course. Mamuti already, so these are the course. The rollover course, code Air 1 per rollover Air 1 BW Betway BW 3230891B BW 3230891B. That is a rollover code, and the games, and so two codes. I think one is 15 code, 15 odds, and the other is around 17 or so. first one for any games, you know, BW32330A4E9 and a BW32330C920. It's for today's course, you know, and for the rollover. And myself, okay, social media handles as well. Course, you know, now, hobbit me afa na ode ayet the odebe. Na, yes, I'm at 6. Stadium.
How much is 6? How much are 6?